Okay, today we're going to do another boring video. Again, focusing on my new engine. What I want to talk about this time is the thermostat system. Specifically the thermostat flaps and how it operates. Because a lot of people don't have these. They have engines without them fitted, and they're very important to help the engine get up to temperature quickly and to keep the engine cooler when it's hot. Now we can't see the thermostat flaps. They're inside the fan housing. Inside here there's one set on this side and there's another set on the other side. This is a late Beetle engine with a doghouse fan housing, for those of you who know what that is. So if we go to the back of the engine, round here, you see that there's a linking rod here, and this links the flaps on this side and the flaps on that side. This is all as it's supposed to be for a doghouse setup. Now, how do you tell the difference between a doghouse fan housing thermostat linkage and a single port or early non-doghouse fan housing thermostat linkage setup? And I can show you that. So this is a single port thermostat linkage, and you'll notice it's got two holes at either end. So these connect straight on to the actual flaps. But on the doghouse version, the later twin port version, you see that there's a little linkage that joins the two together at each side, plus a separate rod. And the separate rod has only got one hole at each end, and also has a sort of drop down bit to go underneath the doghouse. And then that's in order to clear it. If you don't use the later type of the doghouse, it simply cannot get past the doghouse fan housing. So you've got to have the right one for the right car. So if you see a straight bar with two holes at the end of it, then that means it's a single port one without a doghouse, and it's useless for a late car. Okay, so that's all the bits at the back. The next bit is the all important way it works. So if we go down underneath, what you'll see there is the bellows, and there's a little rod. If you look from that side, you'll see it goes right through a little metal bit inside. Underneath the cylinder head, there's a little metal plate, and there's a cutout in it for the rod to come through. And the rod comes through the cutout and attaches to the bellows here. And the height the bellows goes up is limited by the bracket, and you have to set it up so that it's pulling down on the flaps, because the default position is when it warms up, the flaps go the other way. So if this fails, it goes upwards, and it puts the flaps in the warm engine position. So I'm going to make sure it all works. So we got a little fan here, so a hot air gun. So we put some heat in it. It should heat up and it'll push the rod up. It won't take long. And it's starting to move slower now, and there it goes. It's going till it touches the top. A bit more, and that's it. That's all it moves. But that now has moved the rod. The bar's pushed up, and it's now pushed the rod that way, and the flaps are now in the hot position, which means that it's ducting the heat towards the cylinder heads. That's how it should work. If you get any problems with the bellows not working, or it's not mounted properly, or it's rubbing against something, well, you need to figure out why that's the case. The rod should be free to move up and down, which then moves this, it opens the flaps this side. Obviously this side's connected to the rod, so that moves because the rod pushes it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. But that's the way it should work, and hopefully understand better how the thermostat system works on an air-cooled late Beetle engine with a doghouse fan setup. And that's it. Until next time.